Bam. And we're live back at In the KNOVA podcast with our newest gym mom. Paulette, how are you?
I'm good. How are you, Matt?
Did you expect to be a mother this soon?
No. I've worked really hard to not be a mother, so...
Sometimes I'll say to somebody that, oh, congrats, you're our new gym mom. And they're like, what?
Yeah.
Scowl at me like they don't get it. Like, member of the month.
I definitely made a face.
Member of the month.
No,
No, congrats though, for real.
Yeah.
We try to put more and more thought into the member of the month. I remember talking with Tony and Matt about this way back when they got, and it, you know, we're looking at people who like represent some of the better qualities, like in our CrossFit program, especially. You know, I think we'll have BJJ members of the month. So, not that BJJ is back, but
awesome.
You know, you've done a great job. I think you work really hard, which is respectable. You know, I'm sure that carries over in another life. You know, I see you putting in the work, whether you're good at some of the things or not so great or scaled or RX, doesn't matter. And then, you know, you brought a lot of people to the gym, which is always good for our business.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm sure some of the people know you, probably recognize other, you know, characteristics. But tell us about you, where you're from, where it got you here, how you ended up here at KNOVA, and, you know, we'll go from there.
Okay, well, I ended up in good old Rochester because I'm here for nursing school. So I moved here from California in August, peak pandemic, and that was terrible.
I gotta shut that door. Keep talking a lot. Sorry.
Okay, no worries. So I was a collegiate volleyball player, which was really cool, and is where I've gotten like a ton of my workout experience, and I'm pretty lucky because I've like Olympic lifted since I was 13 or 14, so like a very good foundation to skills, and I got my my brain's not working. I got my bachelor's in kinesiology, and I'm a certified personal trainer through the American College of Sports Medicine, so I love fitness and exercise and like the well-rounded holistic approach to like being a healthy human, including like nutrition and rest and, you know, mental health stuff. So I actually really hated CrossFit for my whole life because I had that like really negative stereotype of lift as heavy as you can, as fast as you can, even if you have terrible technique and like have never worked out. And, you know, we do still see some gyms that are like that. Yeah, but my first KNOVA workout that Matt Ramos made me come to with him because he wanted to try the gym. I was like, oh, okay, like this place is different. They want you to focus on technique and like scale things down to a reasonable amount, but like still push yourself. And so I was like, okay, this is a cool spot. Like I want to be here. And I really like to be competitive, and that's hard to do like once you're no longer an athlete in like a typical setting. So this has been really fun to like light some fire under my ass again.
Cool.
Awesome.
Oh, I'm glad to hear you say some of those things. You know, I've talked about another podcast and other people. It's like we do try to do the right thing. Our goal isn't to be the toughest and best looking, awesomest gym, although we clearly are.
I mean, if it happens.
We clearly are. I mean, it's
obviously. If the shoe fits, like.
Yeah, but you know, it's to help people live better, move better, and you can't move better and, you know, learn really anything if you're just trying to be like competitive all the time or go hard as fuck or nothing. You know, you gotta dabble in. But that's been a culture change, I think, not only in our gym, I think across the CrossFit community.
I would agree.
But it was like, I guess into some ways, some of our staff or, you know, our coaching philosophy had to mature a little bit for us to kind of make those adaptions. And it's been hard to do since, you know, because I was not into CrossFit at all for a while either. And then when I was into it, I was into the competing side of it, like competitions a lot. It was fun. It was like a phase of where I was at. Nowadays, those things are still cool, but like I don't value it. Like I value
the movement.
Like a person, like somebody who can barely run in place. I mean, I saw two members racing each other earlier today, and I know one of them could barely run like 6 months ago. Yeah, and I was just like, yes, that's a beautiful thing. So I'm glad to hear you say that you noticed that right away.
Yeah, for sure.
Is that like your selling point to like getting people to come and try it with you? Because I know sometimes when I'm trying to get people who aren't really into CrossFit or they've only seen like some videos online, they're like, no, I'm not into that. It's too hard for me, or I can't keep up, or like, how are you selling it? Yeah,
so basically, I mean, even my friend Paige, she's like the newest person I brought, and she's a member now. And that was like the biggest thing I said. I was like, just come try like one class, and it's 100% about you and like not even comparing yourself to me or anybody else. And they're going to really make sure you have the movements down before you're adding any weight. And she's also like a good person to coach, I think, too, because she's not like, she's more humble. So you can be like, let's not worry about the weight and like, let's get this movement down. And so that's been cool to watch her do that and like already start to get better. So
Yeah,
Excited.
absolutely.
All right, yeah, I like coaching Paige. She's nice. She's fun. That's the best thing. I always worry sometimes when I get like the fit looking guys, or I guess even sometimes like girls who clearly have like some fitness experience or weightlifting or whatever. Because if the workout doesn't go so well, it's hard on their ego, and I'm like, they might not like us because the workout doesn't, or the humbling nature of it.
Yeah.
So
I've been humbled by a few workouts.
I'm never worried about how, like, if somebody's terribly out of shape, they can be terribly out of shape, just can't move for crap. I'm glad to have that over somebody who thinks they're in great shape and is about to be like, yeah, I know it's only 5 reps per round, but it's about to suck.
Oh, yeah.
And sometimes it definitely doesn't even matter how fit you think you are. You stick them in and you're like, ugh.
CrossFit shape is a whole different thing, though. Like, even if you lift every day or run every day, you're not in CrossFit shape.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that in other like sports, like football. Like you could be CrossFit in shape, but until you're hitting people, hitting the ground, up, down, that's a different basketball shape. I'm sure is the same.
Different.
Other like competitive, like Nino always mentions competitive dance. I don't even want to imagine. Oh, that's a different type of torque on the body.
Oh yeah, it's hard.
I'm so inflexible. I can't do that.
Well, Irish dance, you only need like your hamstrings to be able to be flexible.
That's the least flexible thing you could have named.
And the rest,
it's a powerful muscle.
She looked at me and she was like, hamstrings.
You're just straight up and down. Otherwise, you don't need to like bend backwards or be able to flip or anything.
So you'd mentioned like the mental health. I was interested. Is there anything in particular about CrossFit or fitness that you've gotten in that area? Or is that just arbitrary?
Well, so mental health is like, I think it's really beneficial for people to like recognize their own mental health, and like I go to therapy and I recommend it for everybody, and I'm in a really challenging place in my like young adulthood where I'm in a really hard program and I'm like going through all these changes, like trying to finally get to a career, and
living across the country away from home
during a pandemic, and had like 2 friends in the last 9 months. So working out's been like a huge escape for me during like a really challenging time actually, and like being able to come into the gym and not have to like plan a workout or do it by myself has been pretty like life-saving. Like yesterday I was crying in the car on the way to CrossFit, and then got to CrossFit and was like, I'm happy I went. Like now I'm in a better mood. So
we talk about the 5 factors of health, one of them being community, and it's for reasons like that. I mean, oh boy, that pandemic crap. When we were shut out and even we weren't at the gym, it was hard on me. I know I did not do the healthiest of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, I was working hard today. I was out in the sun a lot, and I was doing some, taught some classes, worked out this morning. And my workout didn't even go good this morning, but I had so much fun coaching the last 2 classes at the 4:15. There was 9 or 10 people in there in you guys' last class. I was just like, God, I love doing this. People make me happy. You know what I mean? It's such a pleasure. Like some people think, like, oh God, don't you get tired of people that will listen? I'm like, nah, it's just part of the game. It's like a big game of how can I take these 9 grown adults with real people jobs and real lives to live that don't pay attention to anything? How can I make them all do the same thing at the same time?
I was waiting for you to like throw something at the people by the door today when you were trying to talk.
I was just like, you just gotta laugh. What are you gonna do? Well, I'll tell you, I'll give you a pretty big kudos. I remember when I first went to college, like freshman year, I was in football camp, and like football was like the least stressful part of it. Like playing was hard because everyone was better than me because I was a freshman on the team, but I was being away from home, and like then I had school. It was like scary. Like
I had
anxiety every minute it was. What you're doing right now, that's kudos. I'm glad the gym could be there to help you with that.
Yeah. I was just going to say, when I moved away, I wasn't even in school. I was just in a brand new job in a new city, and I wasn't really encouraged to hang out with the people that I did know that I worked with in my store. And so, yeah, I feel you. It's like so hard.
What's that Blink 182 song? Nice. Like, I guess this is growing up. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
You probably don't even know.
Now it's in my head.
It's too old of a song.
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
It's a good one, though, but like it's basically a song about like when you realize.
You would know it if you saw it, if you heard it.
Okay.
If you saw it.
If I saw it.
We'll play it later. We should play it on the intro of this pod.
You can't do that, unfortunately, because of royalties, but...
You can play him singing it as like the clip, or no?
Oh, yeah. It's actually pretty good. I would not have remembered the guitar beat or anything like that.
I have a really weird brain when it comes to music.
It's great. So what are you working on? Any personal goals and your workout goals, things like that? You're working out in the gym?
Okay, so I've been working on the jerk a lot, which has been great because it was programmed a lot this week, and that I was basically like strict pressing and not realizing that I was doing it because I was like strong enough to get away with it. And then Katie was like, "What are you doing? Like, get under the bar." No, it was the workout where you had to run a mile as fast as you can and then come back and clean and jerk for a load. And she was like, "Get under it. Like, what are you doing?" And I was like, "Oh, that was easier. Okay." So I've been working on that a ton, and I'm like just waiting to get like a kipping pull up or like something.
So some of the coordination stuff is yeah. When you're a good athlete in other like sports, some of the movements that if your sport didn't have that kind of function, like so gymnasts are really good at CrossFit because they're very good from the core out, right? Well, a lot of some of the other sports, you could, if you have big, strong, powerful legs, strong back, you might not need those little micro movements. Where CrossFit or gymnastics, a lot of times those are the ones that it's the micro movements, it's the control in all little areas.
Yeah, I'm just waiting to get it.
So you haven't kipped, but you have plenty of strict pull-ups?
Yeah, I can do decent strict pull-ups. I haven't like tried to do a lot of strict pull-ups lately, but I did the strict ring pull-ups today, and those were pretty all right. So
yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, so it's just learning that rhythm.
Yeah,
it's something you just need to practice enough repetitions. You know, be terrible at it, practice a bunch, then be a little better at it the next time, and practice it a bunch, and then. Hey, maybe I'm starting to get good at this, potentially, maybe. Practice it a whole bunch more. And usually, like, by 4 workouts in, you're like, hey, I think I got it. Yeah. Neen was, like, so weak. Once upon a time, now she's doing ring pull-ups strict.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I got some strict pull-ups. I kipped some pull-ups last week. I was here on Sunday.
That's so exciting.
What do you think your favorite workout is?
My favorite workout?
If you had to design one right now that we're all going to go do.
Oh boy!
Pretending that we're well rested and not sore or tired from all the other stuff we've done.
I love power cleans, so that would absolutely be in the workout.
Here for it.
Put the assault bike away. We're not getting on that thing. I hate that thing.
Is there anyone that likes the assault bike?
If I had to take my chances, I would take my chances on the assault bike than some other things. Like running, I'll take that assault bike any day.
I like the skier. The skier's fun. It's like a weird movement.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Like the skier gets tiring, but initially it starts off like, oh, this is easy, I'm gonna crush. Then if your core gets tired from something else, you're like, yeah, I regret ever picking this device.
I have a blast with all the partner workouts. I think those are so fun.
Yeah. Yeah. I like them too.
You're probably the one turning your partners into the victim. See, we need someone to be your partner who just demolishes you. We'll see if you feel the same way.
What do I do to my partner, though? Last time we did a partner workout, it was 30 burpee box jumps box jump overs. Yes. And I did 20 of them, so I don't think I made them the victim.
Well, how did you end up doing 20?
They were tired, so I'd let them step off, and I'd be like, I want to get this done, so I would do them.
Well, that's the thing. It's like the person starts off equal, right?
Yeah.
And then they start getting tired. You just keep going, and then they're like, I can't. So then you keep going. Then they go, but they're going slow. So you're resting, and then the cycle perpetuates.
Yeah. That's what I was gonna say. My partner for that workout was Kara, and she was like, "Oh, just rest, take your time," and then she would get off for her set, and she'd be like, super rested and crush it. And I'm like, you're done already? I was getting like, no rest. I wanted to die.
That's awesome.
But those are fun. Are you good at counting now? Because
yes.
Okay, yes. So you're going to be a great partner for someone like me who can't count during the workout.
I used to be the person that would count all of the reps in volleyball, and we used to have to count to like thousands in our drills that we were doing. And I would be the one in the back counting out loud the whole practice.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and if you lost count, the reps didn't count. It was terrible. So you had to pay attention.
It's like some Navy SEAL hazing right there.
Oh yeah. My time playing volleyball in college was insane. We would lift, like our preseason would be like a month and a half. We would lift in the morning. We'd have 3 practices. We'd have a pool workout and a yoga session every day, 6 days a week.
Wow.
Yeah, I was jacked. It was awesome. Yeah.
You know, some of these other sports that don't seem like that tough, like volleyball.
Wait a minute.
No, I'm talking.
Some of these sports that don't seem hard, volleyball.
I'm talking about like in football, like there's a lot of violence, grown, gigantic people crushing into each other. Lacrosse, hockey, those are
feel like hitting someone's
sports.
Easy.
I'm telling you, I've heard the workouts I would hear from the volleyball players or like stuff like swimmers. Like I'm like, that's insane. we just lift weights the way people predict and then hit each other on the field more or less. Like some footwork drills here and there, but I don't think it's ever as bad as like the game is the worst part. Like playing the game, you get more messed up. Where I feel like the training you do for volleyball is way worse than anything you'll ever see in a game.
Yeah. Yes. The game was easy.
Yeah.
You're like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's interesting. I wonder how many other sports really are like that. Like I wouldn't think tennis is a particularly terribly a hard sport. I mean, it's hard to play, but I wouldn't call it a violent sport or like a destructive sport. I bet you the training for that's terrible. I don't have any idea what it is, but I bet you it's hard just because by nature it's one of those things. Anyway, this is totally off topic.
Hey.
I'm just hearing your volleyball workouts. I'm like, God, I didn't play volleyball.
Yeah.
Well, like for Irish dance, most like world competitors, national competitors, they literally do stamina and endurance drills and sets of their rounds over and over and over again for hours a week. They lift, they do conditioning workouts for
It becomes a lifestyle.
a 90-second competition. Like they're on stage for 90 seconds.
That seems like a tad excessive.
Well, it's like, I mean,
You have to literally be
The best of the best.
full out 100% go time for those 90 seconds, though. You cannot, like, your foot cannot.
It's
you
like
can't touch the floor.
track
like,
events or swim events. You know, some of those are
Well, yeah,
60
or even
seconds, 10
Yeah,
seconds.
you're right. It's the same.
What, even like in gymnastics, what's like a beam routine? Like maybe 2 minutes.
I don't know.
Those things are crazy.
Yeah, but they're like on it the whole time. It's kind of similar.
Well, what school did you go to?
California State University, Monterey Bay. Go Otters.
Otters?
Nice.
Good.
Yes, but in our defense, it is like the #1 place that sea otters actually are found in the
I
wild.
went down a rabbit hole
Oh,
watching
okay.
otter videos the other day.
You're like, an otter is
They're
not really
so
the coolest
cute.
animal to be
There
a
are
mascot,
giant
but
otters that live in the Amazon that hunt anacondas.
stop.
They're like
That's
a breed of
awesome.
otter that's like
Did you
4
learn
feet
this on
long.
that weird animal Instagram?
No,
There's like a really
but
weird,
it is on YouTube.
I know a really weird otter fact that like really will make you not look at them the same. I don't know if it's podcast appropriate,
Go for
but
it.
otters are known for having being such aggressive mates that you frequently will find like the female with their face ripped off, like dead. I'm like, that's a little aggressive.
Wow.
Well, you know, humans, they're hardly better.
I mean,
Sometimes.
People are. Well, let's see. I think if you're murdered, you're most likely to be murdered by the person closest to you, so it's probably your mate,
oh god, that's
Probably
great.
true.
statistically speaking,
Yep.
right? You know, so hey, think
Yeah.
about that. Maybe otters are not that different. I also
So
watched,
humans are closest to otters. This is what we've established.
I don't think we should continue this one much longer.
I don't think so.
Animal Kingdom's savage out there.
It is
That's
savage.
wild.
Oh my gosh.
Well, what's next for you then, coming up?
I'm gonna be moving to Denver. It's the goal and the dream. So now I just have to get a job, which is terrifying. And I'm doing this really good thing where I just have the application open on my computer and I keep not touching it. It's due in 2 weeks, so
Oh,
Okay, okay.
I've done a lot of 20-page papers in 9 hours, so hey, I made it.
this
Kinda.
is not good advice, Matt.
No, no.
What do you have to offer me?
I also do my best work in the 11th hour. So.
I do too.
Sorry.
I do too. It's just one of those things you should prep for. So I'm like, okay, like I can do this.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is true for everyone, but I do find that in life, like, there are certain people that just have the ability to get the job done. They
Mhm.
can't even replicate it the same way all the time, but when X goal or
Yeah.
whatever needs to be done, they find a way.
Yeah.
You can become a person who just finds a way,
Mhm.
and that's not good advice. That's not like something you could apply. But you know what I mean?
Yes.
You can.
Yes.
There are certain types of people who instinctively figure it out.
You always
Scrappy
just get it
people.
done.
And like those are the people you want to know. Those are the people you want to be. You know, it's like kind of like the idea of learning is the best talent.
Hmm.
Like your ability to learn how to learn or whatever is the best skill you can develop. You'll figure out the rest along the way. I think. So you know, you'll figure it out.
Yeah, it always gets done.
And you know,
Totally.
sometimes you make mistakes or you make this wasn't the best choice to move here, yada yada. Oh well, now you got a life story. What are you gonna do? Not live? Not take any
Yeah,
adventures?
I would much rather take the risk and find out later it wasn't for me than always
Totally.
wonder what if.
Yeah.
You never want to be that person who realizes that you've been sitting on the sideline of life watching other people do cool stuff. I think even when we started messing with this podcast, we're like, maybe people will hate it and no one will ever listen to it and it won't serve any purpose. But we're going to try and we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not? Now I'm here.
I like doing it. I like
getting my
talking to
15 minutes of fame out here
Yeah.
on this podcast. So.
This could be your breakout.
It's going to be
moment.
like
I know.
20.
I want 50%
5
royalties.
minutes.
10% royalties.
Like 25 minutes of
I
fame.
want 10% royalties to whatever fame and success you get. Okay, so this is your breakout moment. Be like, I discovered her. You'll be like the Aaron Carter
That's
or
hilarious.
Justin Bieber, depending on how old. you
Oh
are.
boy.
Oh my God.
Aaron Carter.
I just watched a documentary, or not a documentary, an interview with Aaron
Oh my
Carter.
god, that is so funny.
I was like, I
Do you
remember-
even know who Aaron Carter
No.
is? Okay.
He was like
Sorry.
the first like kid star. Like he's
He's Nick Carter from the Backstreet
Okay.
Boys' younger brother.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Aaron Carter sold like more records than his brother first. So like Aaron Carter became more famous or sold more
I
records or
know, but
something
can you
internationally.
really say he's the first kid? Because you've got like David Cassidy.
So-
Like you gotta go back.
Yeah, I mean, okay, of the pop generation though, like when that became a thing. I mean, yes,
Yeah.
if you go back to Michael Jackson as a kid, he
Totally.
clearly, I mean, that's different. But like of that genre of like pop kid discovered like on the internet,
Yeah.
he was like the first one, and then you know there became a bunch of other little
Yeah.
ones.
Was
Anyway,
he discovered on the internet?
something like
MySpace?
that. I remember listening to the documentary, but he had sold like because he sold internationally. He went international before like the Backstreet Boys did,
Dang.
and so his brother Nick hadn't actually made the money that he had made until later. It's interesting. I don't know how I know this. I watch Vlad TV. They have lots of interviews.
You just
with
really
lots
like
of
the
celebrities.
Backstreet Boys? You
No.
It's
still
just
follow them?
nostalgic.
Yeah, I just remember Aaron Carter and Ludacris in a bowling alley video.
I
What song was that?
don't know.
I'm sorry for everyone listening to this podcast. We didn't mean to waste your time. Yeah, so moving to Denver.
Mm-hmm.
So, as your, I know you didn't love living in Rochester. Do you still hate it, or are you learning to grow on you? You finding your way?
Rochester's not for me.
Well, that's not, you sure your experience isn't ruined or tarnished by just the fact that you're on such a hard life journey?
Oh no, that absolutely
Pandemic,
contributes to
winter.
it, but that doesn't change the experience I had. So like, yes, I can look back on it and be like, there was a lot of weird circumstances, but it still was terrible.
Oh.
So
Yeah.
Oh well, at least we could be a light for you.
yeah, no, this gym's been actually really great.
So, someone in your shoes, like, or maybe not in your shoes, or what would you say to, like, what do you say? You bring a lot of friends into the gym. What do you say to get them to come in? I know you hit it on a little bit early, but if you were maybe a new person and putting one foot in the water to try the gym out, what would you tell them?
I think I always end up saying like that we can pick a workout because I can see them beforehand. So I'll be like, let's pick one that's like not going to intimidate you. Like it's okay, they're all different. And then I'm always talking about how like the coaches are really friendly. I'm like, you can come in, you don't even have to pay for the first workout, give it a shot, and like everybody will be really nice. Like you don't have to worry about this being like the meathead gym where everybody stares at you when you walk in for the first time and like expects something out of you. Like if you come and you just try, that's all you have to do. And that's cool. Like you see that every day in the gym with like the different fitness levels and like the different skill level is like if you just try, everybody will be proud of you and like come up and give you a fist bump at the end.
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
So how much more do you like Kevin than me? None at all?
I don't have a favorite coach.
Oh,
It's like the PC answer,
All right.
right?
No, that's right. You don't have to tell anyone that I'm your favorite coach. It's cool.
You're my favorite one to laugh at.
Hey, I'm an entertainer, baby.
That is true.
Hey, sometimes the experience is about, it's the experience. It's not just the
No,
fitness.
getting people to have fun helps them come back.
100%.
Well, it's because Kevin walked into the room. You were afraid to say that I'm your favorite coach.
Say who your favorite is now.
Okay. Well, hey, I want to congratulate you on being our member of the month.
Thank you.
And I do want to genuinely thank you for just your contributions to the gym. And just I think every person plays a little piece. It's like a sandcastle. It's made up of many, many pieces of sand, and I think every single person here has a value. And that's sometimes like one of those stereotypical things people say to flatter each other, feel good stuff. But I really mean it. Like, just personality you bring into the gym, I think benefits everyone, and hopefully you keep that up, and hopefully we can continue to provide the service that you get the most out of.
Yeah, thank you. It's been really fun. I remember when I first started, like you come and, you like pace yourself with other people at the gym and like you'd pick someone like, okay, he's fast and he's strong. Like I'm going to try to keep my pace with him. And like the first time somebody came up to me and they were like, I was just trying to keep up with you the whole time. I was like, what? You're trying to keep up with me? I was like, hell yeah. So, yeah, it's been really fun to like push myself.
You do CrossFit long enough.
That's awesome.
Like I was like in my late 20s when I started CrossFit, and I was like strong and stuff. And now it's been like 7 or 8 years or whatever. People are like, yeah, I'm gonna try to get like you, and I'm like, just be careful what you wish for. Like, I know what you think you see is like, so fit.
Yeah.
I'm sore all the time, and I'm tired a lot.
I have no flexibility, and my hips hurt.
Hey, I'm more flexible than I've ever been. It's nothing you should shoot for, but it is a stage of constant improvement.
Yeah.
But good.
That's awesome.
It is a good feeling to feel like you're getting somewhere. I think I get tons of excitement out of seeing people hit PRs, and that first time, like, run around the room excited.
Yeah, lately we've been PRing a lot, and I haven't done that since I was in college, and it's really fun.
I try to design our program so we're helping people get results, and so I kind of build the programming out based on what I'm seeing. People are struggling at this, and I know they want to get better at it. Mm-hmm. Here's what we're going to do. Here's how we're going to teach this lesson. Today it's this set of drills or progressions, and then next week, if it went well for that person, coaches are going to bump them into the next stage, so to speak. So it's an inexact science, but it's intentional.
Yeah. No, it's cool. You're also programming for like 150 people or something, so it's pretty challenging.
Sometimes, yeah. And so you kind of look at it as a whole. Like, if one person who hasn't been here 2 months, they're still struggling with some air squats, well, I'm not going to change the entire routine to make every person go back to because that person will go through the fundamentals of the air squat by doing other things.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, but I'm like, man, people really just, the split jerk is just not happening for like 4 out of 7 people in class. Mm-hmm. We're going to work on the split jerk some more, or whatever the thing is. Or people keep asking about muscle ups, or so many people are scared to try this certain movement.
Yeah.
We're going to do this certain movement until they're not uncomfortable with it anymore.
Yeah.
And it's like, and then people that were like, oh my gosh, I can't do a pistol per se, but I know how to move on one leg,
right,
or how to squat, or how to modify on one leg. I think that's important because, anyway, yeah.
I am really excited for this new, Olympic lifting class.
Yes,
that should be fun too.
I'm really excited.
I feel for everyone. Todd's probably the single best coach I've ever met. Like, most experience. He's got a completely. He'll be on our podcast on Tuesday night. So the one after you will be with Todd. He'll probably talk a lot about the game, the workout. But I'm like curious just to learn myself, like as a coach. So
yeah,
it'll be fun. He's a good guy too. Yeah.
Stoked.
Cool. Yeah. We'll save the Todd stuff for Todd.
That's okay. That's okay. I want to steal his thunder.
Anything else you want to offer the people? All your fans?
All my fans. Just move your body, whatever that means for the day. You can go on a walk or do some yoga or go to CrossFit.
You got a lot of nurses here.
Yeah. I must have said we like torturing ourselves. So.
Yeah, that is, I wonder. I can't tell, is it because Rochester has so many nurses, or is it because the nurses just, they actually became nurses, they're no longer in the very difficult nursing school. Maybe they need some harder work, so they joined CrossFit.
It might be some of both.
Oh, yeah. That's good. All right, well, we'll let you go.
Okay.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
Long live Alexa. Allah.
No, Alette.